Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be attempting to recreate this animation I made in Fusion in After Effects. It's pretty smooth. There are going to be a few challenges, so let's go over them. The first thing is this background. It's composed of a grid that's blurred using a lens blur effect, which I don't know if After Effects has. Next is this letter by letter circle text animation, and it has motion blur on it. I'm sure that After Effects has that, but I don't know is if After Effects has a glow that looks exactly like this, so we'll have to experiment with the settings. Now we have a ball, which will be very interesting because first of all it's glowing as well, and second of all we need to control how many samples there are. So I did 10 samples and I want the same thing. Also same thing with the text. I'm pretty sure After Effects keeps the motion blur consistent between different animations, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem as long as we figure out where to find it. And finally, the keyframe easing for everything is going to be kind of difficult for both the text and the ball because I'm used to the spline editor in the Fusion here, and it's definitely going to look very different from DaVinci Resolve. So let's hop into After Effects. Okay, here we go. Let's make it oh, I can't make it full screen? Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'll just maximize it like that, and then create a new composition. Let's just say circle animation. And now let's change the resolution to 3840, and look, it already types the second one since I locked the aspect ratio. Whoa, I press return and it just creates it. Okay, wait, let's go back to the composition settings, make sure everything's right. 60 FPS, perfect. And duration, we only need 3 seconds and 30 frames, so I'm pretty sure, oh wait, yeah, that's seconds, right? Okay, 30 frames, okay, there we go. Now let's create a shape. No, let's start with the grid. So I have no idea how to do this, so let's just go look around in the effects. Let's look for grid. It looks like, oh, we need to, how do I just make a new layer? I mean, let's just make a new adjustment clip, right? I think here it's called, let's just do a new solid. It looks like that's what is gonna work. So black solid, and now we add the grid effect. Okay, it's looking good so far. Let's see if we can make it so that they're perfect squares. How can I unlock the width and height? Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, whoa, oh, so they're perfect squares now. I just can zoom in. So I'll do the max zoom here, except, yeah, almost max zoom. There we go, perfect. Oh wait, no, no, it's not max zoom. I just want to get a little bit of the edges. And so now let's move on to distorting it. So, yeah, let's do that. All right, let's see if there is a lens distortion effect here. Okay, how about just distortion? None. I think I'm gonna have to look up a YouTube tutorial on how to do this. Okay, so it turns out there's an effect called optics compensation, which is what I imagine a lens correction. So let's see, no. Let's just drag this above the grid, collapse this, and field of view doesn't do anything. It looks like you need to have lens distortion there first. Okay, so apparently I need to check this first, and then, oh yeah, there we go, perfect. Now we can go ahead, just choose a setting. Let's do something like, there we go. Now that that's done, I might want to actually change the grid scaling because it looks quite different. So let's go ahead and choose the width. There we go. Almost full, but not quite. Anyway, yeah, great. It's cool. Now we can try to lens blur it. Let's see if there's a lens blur effect. Camera lens blur, nice. Let's drag that. Oh, let's put this all the way on the top. Now let's increase the radius. Hello, what's happening? And still nothing. We gotta figure out why this is working. Let's use ChatGPT. Okay, so let's delete the effect and try to do it on a null object and parent the solid to the null object. Now let's try and drag the lens blur. Of course it doesn't work. Oh, we need to put it below. Okay, so I thought that above was more affects the ones below, but apparently it's the exact opposite in After Effects. That's kind of dumb though. Okay, let's try to make this slightly brighter. If we can't, it's okay. Wait, so this makes it brighter, right? No? It's fine. At least we got it done. Okay, now let's just adjust the settings a little. Okay, I think I've done that correctly. Now let's do a text animation. So let's clap this light and press T on the keyboard. Oh, that does not do the same thing as I thought it would. I thought it's the same as Photoshop, but no. So let's do text here. Okay, now it's looking good. And the font is already correct, so that's great. And so now let's just adjust this so that the text is as centered as we can make it. And then we can go back to the regular cursor. We can bring the anchor point into the center because I don't like when it is not in the center. Okay, let's firstly move this to the side, and now we can center it fully. No, why isn't it being centered? Okay, now it's centered. Now let's bring this to the middle. Okay, perfect. And now let's create that animation, which again I have no way of doing, so I'm just going to go ahead and look at the transform properties. And of course there's no delay. Let's look in the text. Path options, no, that's not going to do anything. More options. Character, that's good. I want it to do character by character, but it doesn't look like there's a delay setting, so let's go ahead and look at YouTube, shall we?
So today I'm going over these text animations.
Okay, I think we managed to make an animation here. It does have a little bounce, but I actually like it, so I'm keeping that. Now let's add the glow effect. So let's close this and go ahead and find the effects search panel and go for glow. And look, they have a glow effect. So let's drag that on. And at first, nothing looks to be happening, but okay, let's do glow radius. There we go. And now glow intensity. This is like the gain, I'm pretty sure, except it's not working. What does this threshold thing do? It's not doing anything. What the hell is this? And what the hell is this? Okay, well, we don't really need to worry about that. So let's just leave it at that. The intensity looks fine, but if I wanted more, I could always just copy and paste it. But it's fine. So yeah, let's just keep it like that. Now let's animate the ball. So let's add a ellipse tool and do something like that. I think I need to hold shift here to make it straight. I'll just do maybe 2. That's too big, I think. Yeah, no, it's still too big. I'll do that. There we go. Now can we fill it in, please? Okay, how do we add color? Actually, let's just do this. Let's make it a gradient. Yeah, because I can use the gradient ramp just like in Photoshop. And of course it doesn't work. Why is there already a glow here? What? Did I include that? Let's just delete that for now. And then, yeah, okay, it's not working. What is happening here? Maybe I can just find it here. Why is there, it's in this layer. It doesn't make its own layer? Well, that's so weird. Okay, let's just delete this mask and make, can I just deselect those and then make a circle? Oh yeah, now it makes a full-on shape layer and it looks like it has its own fill already. So that's great. And so now we can go ahead and try to first go ahead and change the color. How do we do that? Fill. And now we can make it a similar blue to what we had in DaVinci Resolve. There we go. Maybe actually just slightly brighter. The glow's gonna change it anyway, but I like making it as accurate as possible. There we go. Now let's go ahead and make sure that Okay, so now let's go to the transform and make sure it's centered. Is it completely centered? No deviation whatsoever? I mean, okay, I don't really need it to be centered, I guess, because I'm just going to move it from one side of the screen to the other. I'm kind of perfectionist. So we'll add the glow after we animate it. Let's go ahead and move this a little bit to the left, just to add a frame there, and then keyframe it here. Actually, that was frame 120, so instead of 120, I say 2 seconds here. After Effects is slightly different. And then keyframe here, go ahead and go to 3 seconds, and then drag this over to the other side of the screen. Oh, I guess DaVinci Resolve is superior because I can't drag this past where my cursor goes to the right of my screen, so I have to come back all the way here and do it again. DaVinci Resolve, I miss you already. Okay, now that that's done, the circle looks like this, but obviously we don't want that to be the case because it looks terrible. So let's ease the keyframes by pressing F9, and you can already see it looks better, but let's do a custom easing curve. Here, I've already experienced this before, but the easing curve works differently from the spline editor in DaVinci Resolve. It's a different kind of graph. I personally prefer the DaVinci Resolve one, but that's just because I'm used to that one. However, there is a graph called value graph, which is much more similar to DaVinci Resolve's, but I was told not to mess with that one by tutorials, so I'm just not going to mess with it. Anyway, I know how to use this to the extent that I can create a simple animation like this. Yeah, that looks good. Now, let's go back here and add the glow to the circle layer. Also, let's just make sure that the animation cuts off at 3:30, because for some reason it's extended to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, let's cut it off. Okay, now let's add the glow because that circle is looking hella bland. Like, look at that, that's terrible. Also, why is our text not glowing? Oh, that's because we removed the glow from it earlier because I thought that was the shape layer. Okay, let's add the glow there. Actually, let's try VR glow, see if that's better. Nope. Okay, let's try and do the glow radius. Yeah, there we go. And glow intensity, again, we cannot figure out how to do this. Okay, there we go. Now we can add glow to the shape, and I have a feeling we're gonna have to change the color. Yeah, it's just a white glow, so we need to make it so that it's a blue glow. Let's try to do a similar color, and we can make adjustments if we need to. Okay, glow radius, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna definitely make an adjustment there. I don't know what happened. Why is it still... Maybe it has to do with the shape layer. Oh, okay, still cyan-ish. Okay, looks a bit better, a bit saturated for my liking, but that's fine. Now let's go back to the glow and make that a bit lighter. Okay, it's nice. Why is there 2 colors for the glow? Let me just change the other one to the same thing, or approximately the same thing. Okay, yeah, I guess that looks decent. I mean, maybe I can increase the glow radius just a little more, and yeah, I heard that the After Effects glow is not that good anyway, so and there's other plugins that are better, but but they're paid, so I'm not downloading that. Now let's preview our animation. Oh yeah, that glow is messing up our animation. Let's change the keyframes for the circle so that the glow doesn't get in the way there. What the hell? It's supposed to be in here, right? Where are our keyframes? Oh, it's in here. Okay, and then this here needs to also not disrupt the scene. So now, yeah, in the beginning it's fine, and the end is also good. Now let's collapse all of these menus. I hate these menus because there are already layers here, and then there are layers upon layers of menus with just a million different drop downs within each drop down, and within those drop downs there are also a million. So super complicated. And I don't like this structure. I like the node structure from DaVinci Resolve. Please take me back. Anyway, this is what our animation looks like so far, but we need to add motion blur. So let's go ahead, trigger motion blur on these two layers. So you can see we already have plenty of samples, but I'm going to try to get it to be exactly the same as DaVinci Resolve, so that's 10. So let's see, I'm pretty sure you can go to composition settings, and the second tab in advanced, yep. Okay, samples per frame, I'm going to do 10. There we go, now it's only 10 of them. I'm pretty sure the DaVinci Resolve one looks different, but let's just take a look. I mean, the DaVinci Resolve one had different glow effects, but it looks like there's more like 20 samples. I'm just going to do it so it looks a bit more similar. Yeah, it looks a lot more similar to DaVinci Resolve's one. Now, let's render this out. It looks like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, so the ball's motion is looking smooth. Yeah, that's good. And now for the text, yeah, it also looks good. Okay, but I just want to make sure that the shutter angle is the same. I actually like it better here, but I just want to make sure it's the same by going to the settings again, and it's 720 rather than 360. So let's make it 360. And now, yeah, there we go. Text animation looks just fine, and the ball animation also looks fine. I keep saying ball, but it's circle. It's not 3D. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's our animation for now. And so let's export it and do a side-by-side comparison. So it should be in File. What is it? Where's the export? Oh, export and add to render queue. Then let me make sure that the settings are good, because they're not automated like my DaVinci Resolve one. How can I change the bitrate? Oh, here, format options. Let's just make it 50. Okay. Okay. And render. And obviously the render is going to be a lot slower than DaVinci Resolve. Oh, maybe not. Maybe even faster actually. Huh. That's weird. Okay, let's save this project and do a side-by-side comparison. And there you go. Thank you for watching. Obviously I didn't have time to add all of those fancy zooms you see in the regular video since this is such a long video. So sorry about that. But I hope you like this kind of content, and if you do, then leave a like down below, and if it performs well enough, I'll do another one of these videos in any software of you guys' choosing, as long as it's not too expensive. By the way, keep in mind, I have the entire Adobe suite to work with, so I can do something like Photoshop if you guys like. So yeah, you guys choose. See you guys later, and